Well, good afternoon. Well, it's the day after Christmas, and we still have to eat even though it's after Christmas. And I had some turkey leftovers. So this is a recipe I've been wanting to make for a long time. It's a shepherd's pie, but it's a healthy shepherd's pie. I have a friend that every time we go to a restaurant, she always gets shepherd pie. So there's a lot of people that are crazy about this. And so I wanted to try to make my healthy version of it. You know, I'm on a health plan, and so I try to cut down on fats and sugar and carbs in all of my recipes. So the first thing I have over here is a cup of mushrooms that I sauteed together with my leftover turkey. And I have about a little less than a pound of turkey in there. I'm going to stir in a half a cup of sour cream. And I'm using light sour cream. And then the recipe calls for a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'll stir that in at the same time. A half a teaspoon of salt. And a teaspoon, and it calls for Hungarian paprika. Well, I looked it up because I had smoked and I have regular. Hungarian paprika is not smoked. It's more of a sweet paprika, so I'm going to use this one. And that goes in here also. So all of that's going to get mixed in here. And I've already cooked the mushrooms and everything together. And I think that's going to be a good base for this recipe. We'll just throw that back in. And yeah, I don't think you want it too soupy, so I think this is just about the right amount. You can see that. And it's going to go into this casserole dish after I've mixed it all together. So sauteed, mixed, ready for the casserole. And show them a shot of that because it looks pretty yummy. I think it's going to be good. Now I'm going to try something really new I've never done before because I watch cook shows a lot. And I always get irritated when they put noisy things on, but I have to do this. This is about 5 cups of riced cauliflower. Now you can do that yourself from a big raw cauliflower, but what I did was I bought my cauliflower frozen, so I didn't need to bake it as long. The recipe calls for it to be baked. I baked it just a little while to dry it out a bit and measured it into my food processor. Into there I'm going to put 3 eggs and a half a teaspoon of salt. Mix that up, and that's going to be the topping on my casserole. And I hope I only need to do this a second to mix it up. So I don't think it's going to take long. It doesn't. Looks just like mashed potatoes, only probably better. And definitely better for you. So now I'm going to put this on top of my casserole, but I will not put the middle on top. Let me get that out of there. And this is the top to the casserole. Kind of a mashed potato top, only it's mashed cauliflower, so no carbs, or at least lower carbs. I think that looks pretty good. And the last thing that goes on it, which is kind of the topping that even makes it more delicious, is a cup of mozzarella cheese. And as you know, cheese makes everything more delicious, right? And the last thing I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of parsley on top. This is the last of the parsley out of my garden. I've had the container by my back door so it stayed warm enough in this weather. So a little more cheese. We don't want to waste cheese. Now this is going to go into a 400 oven for about 15 minutes, and then we'll be having dinner a little bit early today. Does it look delicious? We're going to stop it, but I will do some pictures of it when it comes out of the oven. Now. Okay, so our casserole is done. It looks delicious. I'm going to put it here. I just have one thing I want to tell you about it. Well, actually a couple things. First of all, this is 4 servings. So I'll divide this into 4. So on our health plan, this would be 4 servings. And each serving is going to be a full lean meal together with 3 vegetables because of the cauliflower. And it'll be about 330 calories, so that's really low. And look how delicious that looks when I take it out. It's got, I'm gonna just pull it apart a little so you can see the turkey and everything in there. Doesn't that look good? Hey, we're ready for dinner.